Well, it's nice to be back in the office after my Christmas break. I did miss last week's SmackDown Live, but they aired that on Christmas Day, so I can't imagine they did anything newsworthy on that. Anyway, it's the new era of WWE. Maybe that means Shinsuke Nakamura can do something with his United States Championship. After all, it would be very hard to believe that this company would put the belt on him back in July and then not have him in a feud or storyline whatsoever. That would be unbelievably pointless.
Support Wrestle Talk!
AJ Styles is the new #1 contender to the WWE Championship. Becky Lynch teamed with John Cena's hair, and we've now got 2 storylines involving women on the same show. It truly is a new era. I am Luke Owen. Happy New Year, SWAF Nation. Leave a comment letting me know how you spend your new year. Press the thumbs up of New Year cheer, and vote in the poll above my head to let me know what you thought of the show, where you can choose from SmackDown, SmackTastic, Smack Bang in the Middle, SmackDowner, and a smack in the face. This is the 1st of January 2019 edition of SmackDown Live in about 4 minutes. New Day kicked off the show to throw out pancakes while Big E was dressed like a baby in a diaper. Why? They announced they had entered themselves into the Royal Rumble and made fun of Brock Lesnar for not showing up to work, made pop culture references about Bumblebee and Bird Box, and made a joke about Steiner maths. Scott Steiner Royal Rumble appearance confirmed. This led to Jeff Hardy taking on Samoa Joe, with the winner being added to a fatal 5-way that included AJ Styles, Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, and Mustafa Ali, with the winner becoming the new #1 contender to Daniel Bryan's WWE Championship. This was a very basic match and saw Joe get the win with a coquina clutch. Rusev came out for a promo about winning the United States Championship last week, but was attacked by Shinsuke Nakamura from out of nowhere. Lana tried to stop him, but in the melee, Rusev kicked Nakamura and accidentally laid out Lana too. Nakamura hit 2 Kinshasas to stand tall. So I guess he's getting his antiquated automatic rematch. Despite advertising that Naomi and Mandy Rose would finally have that match that was announced weeks ago but still hasn't happened, Sonya Deville got in the ring and beat Naomi instead. What? This continued a storyline where Mandy is flirting with Naomi's IRL husband Jimmy Uso. Well, at least it's a storyline. We then got, in order, Randy Orton cutting a promo where the camera creepily zoomed into his eyes, Rey Mysterio hyping a fatal 5-way, Mustafa Ali saying he'll be the new heart of SmackDown Live, the Iconics saying their New Year's resolution is to become the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson saying their New Year's resolution is to rid SmackDown of nerds, Shelton Benjamin reminding us he's still employed, and Samoa Joe hyping the fatal 5-way. And that was followed by John Cena coming out for another promo. But this one was different, folks. This one was great. Cena made fun of his own hair, hey, that's our job, then asked whoever it was that wanted to step up for a challenge to come down to the ring. This brought out Becky Lynch to a great reaction, who said that Cena expected a man to come down, but what he didn't expect was the man. God, she's good. She promised that she would carry the company now that Cena is off making films, but was interrupted by Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega. After some really good jibber-jabber from Vega, Cena challenged them to a tag team match player, which was mostly Almas working over Cena so Becky could get the hot tag and tap out Vega with the disarmer. But not before throwing John Cena out of the ring and after the match telling him that he can't see her. God, she is good. Although this segment was built around putting Becky Lynch over, and it really succeeded in doing so, I would be very into the idea of a Cena-Almas feud. After showing a recap from last week of Miz and Shane McMahon deciding to officially be a tag team, they did a backstage segment where Shane walked away from The Miz trying to show him tag team outfit designs. Which seems a bit of a shame that they officially set this team up last week, and they're already showing signs of dissension. But forget about all that, this is the new era of WWE, where the McMahons promised us fresh faces and new matchups, which was shown perfectly in a backstage segment where Asuka was challenged by Charlotte Flair, who she faced for the title at WrestleMania and quite recently on SmackDown, Carmella, who faced Asuka in several horrible matches in 2018, and Becky Lynch, who was originally announced to face Asuka at the Rumble before it quietly got blamed on Paige on social media. Not to mention 3 of these 4 names faced off against each other at TLC just last month. They also did this segment with 4 SmackDown women and a Triple H standing in a row. I am of course being very facetious, and I would be very, very happy to see Asuka take on either Becky or Charlotte at the Royal Rumble. Not so much Carmella though. And the fresh matchups continued when AJ Styles beat Orton, Mysterio, Joe, and Ali in a fatal 5-way for a TLC rematch against Daniel Bryan at the Royal Rumble. I'm not complaining about that whatsoever because that match was great and this match was a lot of fun too. It was basically 10 to 15 minutes of spots, moves, and great near falls. AJ was put through a table, Ali did a Spanish fly, Ray did multiple 619s, and the pair of them did dives onto Joe and Randy. AJ hit the springboard 450 to pin Orton, who had been laid out by Mysterio to win the match. But despite that segment earlier on with the McMahons where he said we would see a new side to AJ Styles, he really did just feel like the same old AJ. So that was the first WWE show of 2019 in the new era, and well, it still feels like the old era of WWE, really. I'm very happy to see AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan again at the Rumble, but would it have really hurt them to do Bryan versus Ali or Bryan versus Ray? Likewise, I'm really pleased to see Becky and Charlotte challenge Asuka, but we could have seen loads of other new faces step up into that position for the Royal Rumble. This wasn't a bad show of SmackDown Live by any stretch of the imagination, but it did feel like a phoned-in one because this company probably expects a lousy rating on New Year's Day. And with that said, with that Becky Lynch and John Cena segment along with a fun main event, I've got to say that this episode of SmackDown Live is smacktastic. Speaking of the Royal Rumble, and what are 10 rumors you need to know about the show? Click the video on screen right now to find out. I've been Luke Owen, and that was wrestling.